Here we are at the garden. I'm going to do a little tour here. It's early morning, so I'm going to try to keep my shadow out of the shot if I can. Kind of start on one side and work our way through the garden. Although I'm super excited because it actually looks like a garden. Start here. Here is my hibiscus. It's been growing here for probably 6 or 7 years now. Overwintered successfully. I'm still waiting for my first flowers. It's my grape. Thought it died. It's come back. And look at all of those grapes. I'm hopeful I will actually get to eat some this year. We'll come back to the garden beds in a moment. Plan on putting 2 metal raised beds I purchased here, but I have to get around to that. Been rehabbing other things. So this is the cold hardy kiwis. There's 1 male and 2 females. They have never flowered. The flea beetles really like them. You know, chew, 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 munch, munch, munch. If they don't give me anything here in probably 2 years, I'm gonna pull them and just be done with it. Plan on putting a strawberry bed in here, so I threw in some extra tubers from canna lilies. They haven't come up yet. Small bed here has some celeriac. I planted a couple gladiola bulbs, which are right there and coming up. Extra eggplant. Potatoes in pots are starting to come to an end. Just gonna wait for them to die back, and then I will have some taters. Some extra dirt here. Some sweet potatoes in some weed-ridden pots. Right here I have some tomatoes of various types that are just left over from what I don't plant at the house. Milkweed that I let grow just for the beneficials, and maybe some monarchs. Haven't seen any caterpillars yet this year though. Some eggplant. It's a long purple eggplant right there. Those are some melons of some kind that I had grown in extra, waiting for them to actually start growing. We have runner beans on the trellis here. Been saving seed for about 3 years, trying to get them climatized to our area so they produce more. So all of my Jerusalem artichokes, I don't know. We never eat them. I might just pull them out. Got sunflowers, 2 different varieties. I forget the types. But the first one has opened. It is very pretty. It's a raspberry bed that I'm working on getting back into some sort of growing shape. Do have a few left in here, so I should be able to salvage the bed. I just have to get in and rip everything out. Had some more runner beans here. This is all watermelon, and I have struggled to grow watermelon, but I am hopeful. More eggplant. Some pathetic little carrots here in this bed. I threw an extra melon there. Some gladiola bulbs are planted. I don't see those yet. They're right there. Some extra peppers and some ground cherries. Here I have pepper. That is dwarf curly kale. These are rattlesnake pole beans going up the trellises, and they're starting to get away. I believe that is cantaloupe planted in the center. Doesn't look super happy. I don't think it's getting enough light because of the beans. I have regular old Blue Lake green beans planted here. They're always super prolific. Getting up the fence. These are alderman peas. These are my wife's favorite garden peas, and I will be bringing some home to her today because the first harvest is ready. Sweet corn, I've struggled to grow sweet corn here. I don't think it gets enough water. It's already starting to tassel when it's super small. I have water with me today. I'll see if I can water some stuff, but we just don't get enough rain lately. This is a garlic bed that I did not harvest last year. Everything regrew. I was not motivated enough to get the scapes, but I have to cut those off so that maybe I get some sort of bulbs. This is my squash patch. And in between the squash, I actually have sweet potatoes planted as well. Oh, there's my shadow. Right there. And all throughout. I see a lot of spaghetti squash. See if I can find one. There's a spaghetti squash right there. This one right there. I see a few others, but it's still early. They're still going. That bed is going to be for some brassicas. I turned it over once. I still have to get in and get the edges, turn it over again, try to get the weeds under control. These are my currants. I have a black, a red, and a white. Any place you see a little pole here are places I plan on putting fruit trees or bushes. This is my flower garden. It's in a sad state. I'd still get grape hyacinths every spring. Planted a couple gladiolas. You can see a couple coming up there. The alliums are over. There's a poppy in the center that's struggling. Rehab that. Onions I left in from last year. They all went to seed. Left them for the insects. Not sure if I'm going to try to save seeds and or turn the bed over and try to plant something else in it. Here I have some pickling cucumbers on the trellis, and then on either side are bush beans. Believe they are dragon tongue bush beans. It's exactly the same in this bed here. And I had actually started new cucumbers at home, brought them here to kind of fill where I had bad germination. These two beds here are a dry bean. I forget which type it is. I think it's Kearney Yellow Eye. I have extra peppers here. I have tomatoes going up the little trellis here. Fixed these trellises this year. There you go. Look at them tomatoes. This is my asparagus bed. I need to get in, rip out all the weeds, and give it a good feed and mulch. It's another type of dry bean. These are black turtle soup, I believe. They are not doing as well as the others. Here I have red onions and some more pickling cucumbers. Just starting to get underway. Yellow onions and more pickling cucumbers. This is a bed of kale that is very weedy, but is also completely volunteer. Most of my kale got destroyed this spring by the flea beetles, so I'm hopeful. I do have a little bit of cabbage white moth eating action going on. As you can see, the leaves are kind of chewed up, but I have seen wasps in here hunting them. So we'll see how that goes. It's my compost setup. It's also a storage area right now as I'm cleaning stuff up. I need to get some of this compost out and spread out because that one right there is actually full of good usable compost. Has my little blueberry bush. It's not always super happy and it hasn't been super productive, but there is 2 blueberries there. I'm waiting for them to ripen. This is a high bush brain not working. High bush cranberry. So it tastes kind of like a cranberry, but it's a bush that makes berries. This is my little cherry bush. It is not happy. Its leaves are yellowing. It happened as soon as it set its fruit, so I think it's just not getting quite enough nutrients. I need to get more mulch and put it down. It's an elderberry times 2. These are my plum trees. They were infested with aphids earlier, but that is over. The ladybugs have done their work and helped me out. I'm hopeful because I've never gotten fruit from this, and I actually have fruit setting. 2 more spots for some stuff. And lastly, I have some more tomatoes here. Different kinds. But my tomatoes are actually looking really good out here this year. Usually I don't get too much of a harvest. I just put them in. Working on getting this this ditch line taken care of and these trees out. Project here this year yet. All right, perfect. Well, thanks for coming along on a tour. Have a great day.